Alright, so as you can see, I got a new big bore kit. So I'm gonna do an unboxing with it, and then I guess I'm gonna finally post how to install the big bore kit on this bike. But yeah, I suggest not getting the kit that I got the last time because, well, the valve just fucking blew up, dude. Like it fucked the bike up so bad. Like the valve is like this, and it snapped in half on top of it. So this is the new kit I got, and this one's better than the other kit. This one was like $140 something. Like this one's, I'm making sure shit don't happen again. But anyway, here's the rocker arms. They even include another elbow. Don't know why, but they do. And then they have certain jets. So they gave me a set of main jets and idle jets, so that to get it to run the right way. I'm sure I probably won't need to be using these, but. And then it also comes with another high angle cam. So I'm gonna replace the Glixel cam that's in there now with a different one. This one's the A9 one that came with it. That's also high angle. And then I'm really hoping I don't have to use those jets, but I'm sure that I probably won't have to. See, here comes with, is this what you were talking about? And it comes with this. I'm hoping this one doesn't do the same shit the last one did, but I don't think it will, because this one's made like a lot better. And then we got, here's the head and the piston and all that jazzical shit. I think, okay, so yeah, no, the rings aren't on it, are they? Nope, they're right here. And it comes with the rings for the piston, and this is a 50mm one. It's basically the same thing what I got in there now. This one, I'm assuming, is made better, but here that is. And that comes with extra gaskets. Can never go wrong with too much gaskets. There's never too much. So, but that's everything it comes with. Rocker arms, all that shit. That's all that's there. And then that elbow, I don't know why they involved that, but they did. So I might actually use this one since they said to use everything in the kit. So anyway, that's everything that it came with. I'm gonna get this thing thrown in and I'll show you how to do it. You can see my bike behind me actually. Get this fucker out of here. So it's already apart and everything, so I'm gonna show you how to get this installed and then go from there, you know. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna want to do is take all your plastics off. Alright. Take every single one of these plastics off. You don't have to take off the front, but the rest of these you do. Alright. And then you're gonna want to take off your carburetor. Alright. And to do that, you want to take the filter off first, or if you still got your air box, either way, take this off first. And then loosen the elbow and take the carburetor off the elbow. You don't have to disconnect any of these hoses except for the valve cover one. And yeah, that's it. So you could just put this to the side, but you're gonna have to take it off in order to, you know what I mean, in order to get this out, because you got to get these plastics off too. So anyway, take this carburetor off, and then go from there. Okay, so now the carburetor's off, and like I said, you don't need to unhook any hoses or anything. You just set this to the side. Plus, I don't need to unhook that hose on there either because it's just chilling right there. So, and also the nut to the exhaust and to the intake, that's both 10mm. But now, I should undo this anyway. So make sure to unplug that and put that to the side. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to undo your exhaust down here below, like so. And that is also a 10mm bolt, and nut. And you're also going to need an extension. So this is the only extension I got, but it's actually perfect. So I'm going to get the exhaust down real quick. And when you do the exhaust, you don't have to take this completely off, but this is also a 10mm, so you're gonna want to loosen these bolts up to where this can be free, so when you let it down, you know, it'll let down, because otherwise it's gonna stay in the same spot that it's in. So I'm gonna get this exhaust torn down and then go on to the next step. All right, so now that the exhaust is down, so you only need to loosen it a little bit on here. You don't need to like completely take it off. You just need to loosen it like so. All right, so after you take that off, you're gonna want to take these plastics off, because you're gonna have to get this off. So that means you also got to take, I don't know if you have to or not, but I am to take this is to your chain tensioner. You want to take the plastic piece off of there. I honestly don't think you really, yeah, it's best just to take it off. So unscrew this, 2 screws, take that off, and then you're gonna want to take off your plastics. And then I'm pretty sure this is a 8mm bolt, and then take these off as well. You do not have to take this off if you really don't want to, because I did it, and you don't have to take this off. Actually, I lied. You do have to take it off, because you need to adjust this to top dead center, but we'll get to that when the time comes. We have to take off all the plastics, which is these screws, this bolt, and then this bolt, and then there's another one on the other side. So yeah, get these plastics off, and then we'll finally move on to the valve cover and shit. Okay, so the plastics are off. All right, now this is what you're gonna want to do, because if you don't do this, then you're never gonna get this off. All right, you're gonna want to take, you don't have to take everything out. All you gotta do is just undo this bolt right here, and you'll undo the suspension. It won't pop out, none of that shit. It'll stay exactly where it's at. And then after you get it done, you're gonna want to set it up on top, because you're gonna have to lift this bike up, and you're gonna have to lift the rear end up in order to get this off. Because if not, then it's gonna hit up against the frame where you can't get it off. So take this suspension off, not completely off, just this bolt, and set it on top. All right, now see, and just do it like that, and it comes right out, just like so. And you just set it on top, where you can lift the bike up. All right, then we're gonna move on to the valve cover now. All right, then you're gonna come to this. You got your valve cover off, which is the four bolts, and then your ground wire, I'm sure will be on there. You just leave this chilling up here somewhere. And then yeah, you got that. The next thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take your chain tensioner off. All right, you undo this one first, and then it'll pop out, and then there'll be a spring in there, unless you don't use that spring. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to unbolt this as well and take this whole thing out, so that, you know, the chain's free. All right, just like so. See, here's that spring. Take that out just like so. All right, set this to the side. Make sure you don't lose that shit, because that would be a fucking mistake. All right, and you take this off like so, like that, and boom. And when you do this, make sure that you push this back in, okay? You want to unlock it, whatever, it's like a zip tie. You want to unlock it like so, and then push it back in, and leave it in like that. So when you put it back in, you put that screw in with the spring, and it'll automatically go where it needs to go. So make sure that's locked back in before you put that on. And you set that to the side with all your other shit. All right. Then you want to, now the next thing you're going to want to do is unscrew or unnut, whatever the fuck, your rocker arm assembly, and then you'll be able to get your rocker arms off. All right, when you do this, you're going to want a pretty long extension, so it can go back to right here, up to right there. You know what I mean? See? You want to loosen these up, and then you're going to take this panel off. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, you're going to want to do this in a star pattern. When you take it off, you want to do it in a star pattern, and you want to do it in a star pattern when you put it back on as well. All right, when you take these off, right, there's washers on them. Do not lose these washers. Do not lose them. All right, and then you'll take off your rocker arms, like so. Well, your rocker arm panel anyway. This fucking wire's in my way. Piece of shit. All right, there you go. just, it's probably best you set this on something like, you know what I mean, like a rag or something. Actually, I'll get a rag for it, even though I'm never going to use this again, but it's okay. Fuck it. All right, and then what you're going to want to do here is take that off, take your cam off. All right, I'll be selling that since I only used it like for a fucking few days. So, vertical high angle cam. All right. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this off. All right, and this is the part that when you need to lift the bike up in order to get this off. Okay, especially for this one down here. To get this off, let's see here. Where's the fucking bolts at? I think they're on the other side. So the bolts for this are these two right here, which are 8mm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're 8mm. If they're not, then they're 10, but I'm pretty sure they're 8mm. And then you'll be taking this panel off too next. Alright, now that those bolts are out, alright, make sure that your bike is up. And then go ahead. And there you go, there she is. Boom. Alright, and like I said, make sure that you lift this bike up. It'll stay up, just lift it up, and it'll come right off. Alright, and the next thing you're going to do, and these things right here, don't lose these either, for real. Which this side's already in it, but you're going to do it diagonal. This one is top right, bottom left. The other one, opposite, top left, bottom right. Alright? But then you can go ahead and take this off next. Like so. If I can get the fucker off. This fucking gasket's in the way. Make sure, like I said, don't lose these because you need them. Alright, and you take this deal off. Like so. Little damn chain is stuck in there. Son of a bitch. There we go. Take this off like so. Boom. And then there you go. There you go. Alright. Make sure this isn't, I don't know if I'll need this again or not. So make sure you don't want to ruin it, even though that has gaskets to it, but make sure it's okay. You know. Yeah, there's that shit piston. It's crazy. I don't even see any damage to this though. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know. But I guess I'll find out. Alright, but yeah, get to that. Alright, and then here in just a minute, I'm going to show you how to get this piston out. But, yeah. And once again, when you even take that one off, there's two of these little things right here and down there. So make sure that these are still on when you take it off so you don't lose these, because that's what keeps it even. Alright, the next thing you're going to want to do is see that little pin in there? Clip, whatever it is. If it'll focus. Yeah, you see it right there? You're going to want to take that out to where you can, you know, take that piece out of there to where you can get the piston off. And there we go. And then there's the same one on the other side as well. As you can see that right there. Pull that one out too. And then when you take the clip out, you want to shove like a screwdriver or something in there to push that part out. And then there you go. It's out now. There's that piece out. The piece that was in there. Here's the piston right here. As you can see, it's completely fucked. So that's probably why it was doing what it was doing. And here's that piece too. And I just realized that my freaking voice sounds muffled with the fucking dumbass case on. But yep. there's a big part of the issue. Why even after we got done doing it, that's where the valve, I don't know where the valve's at that I have, but yeah, you guys should have saw that shit. I'm pretty sure it's in my last video. Yeah, it is in my last video of what happened to it, but yeah. Now we're putting together the whole other kit, and then I'm going to show you how to, on what measurement to gap those rocker arms with. Alright, so and when you put the cylinder back on along with the piston, which you're going to come to some rings, okay? This is actually 3 rings that go in there, alright? These 3 go right here, the black one goes in the middle, the silver one goes at the top, okay? And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to have to put a little bit of oil on all inside of here and on pretty well everything. Not too much, but just so it's oiled up. But we're going to do that, and then to get this on, these pins, that's what's going to be a bitch, I feel like, is going to be the pins go right in there to keep it in there, so yeah. Alright, then you're going to want to push that little rod thing through there. It's in there now, so now we have to put the clips in. And you can see the rivets down there to it. But yeah, I'm gonna get these thrown in. Scotty. Okay, so I got this pin in. Alright, it's actually easier than what I thought. But yeah, I used these right here. Okay, so both pins are in. Piston's in. See the pin on right there? Alright, both of them are in. It was actually pretty simple. Now we put on the cylinder. Right on. I need the gasket for this. And like I said before, the gray gasket is what goes first. Alright, and then I'm gonna slide this on here real quick. Like you have to get the chain back through here too as well. That's what we're doing now. Can you lift the chain up? And there we go. It's on. Alright, and I want to mention to this right now. When you put this cam in, okay, you see these 2 holes right here and this hole right there? You're gonna have to have this lined up exactly with this, like that. And it needs to be top dead center, which when the piston is at the very top, as far as it can go, and there'll be a T right here. See that T? There's a F, and then there's a T. That's top dead center. You want that completely lined up with this, along with it being top dead center like so. See, that's top dead center. And it's gonna be a little bit off, right? But that's top dead center right there. And it needs to be exactly like that. Right on the T, right on that mark. Boom. When you put the cam on, it doesn't matter how many times you do it. You got to make sure that's top dead center, or else it's going to be off time. All right. But right now we're getting these freaking screws off, or bolts, whatever the fuck, to put them on the new one. And then I'll show you. And then when you gauge out the rocker arms, you're gonna need it gauged on a 4 on these things. Feeler gauge. You're gonna need it on a 4, and our lowest is 5, so we're gonna have to make it to where it sits so snug that we can't even barely get it off. Well, piss out of a fucking basket. Son of a bitch. Anyway, so yeah, you're gonna need it on 5, on not 5 but a 4. We only have a 5, so we're gonna have to make do with 5 and like smash it down as hard as we can get it. No. Pretty much, but it's originally on 4. Anyway, we're gonna do this real quick and then get that back on, and hopefully this thing will fucking start. All right, and you put that one on like so. All right, that's on there now for the cam. And remember, you gotta have it just even, just like so, with lobes down.
Is that the move?
Yeah. And whatnot, so, yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be tricky when you do top dead center because you're not gonna be able to see it right here, but you know exactly where it needs to go. So what I did was, I marked the tee, put it exactly right there, and I did a mark on top like that, so that's easier to see. But that's exactly where you want it, right there. And then you need to absolutely make sure that when you put the chain on, that cam, those two holes are lined up with this, with the other hole out. Okay, you see, top dead center. If you hold that there real quick so I can, top dead center, right? And then you see these two holes. See how they're bam, bam, and this one's out. Are you sure that's top dead center right there?
Yes. Right there.
Right there? Okay, yeah, see? Well, yeah, I think that's it, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's top dead center. Alright, so the rocker arms are on. This is good to go. Now I'm just putting on the, back on the tensioner. So, get that tensioner put back on. All you gotta do is just stick this screw back in there like so. Like in here. And then it'll go back to wherever it needs to be on its own. That's how it goes. But yeah, that's together. This is, remember that this needs to be gauged at a 4. So, just remember that. Boom. Just tighten that down all the way and whatnot. Fucking suspension. And then, yeah, the only thing left to do is to put the valve cover on and put spark plug wire back in, and of course put the carburetor back on, and let's hope to God this thing freaking finally fucking starts. Alright, so I got the plastics on, the valve cover on. Now all I gotta do is just put on the elbow and the exhaust. I'm gonna use the new elbow, okay? I feel like that I should, because I don't know if you can see through that or not, but that shit's pretty fucking disgusting. Yeah, you can see all that. Yeah. So I'm gonna use the new elbow instead. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get this on, get the exhaust on, and then yeah. And don't forget about your suspension. Make sure you put that back on as well. But I'm gonna put this together now. All right, it's all back together. And see, everything's all back together, and that's how you do it. I'm about to change this oil real quick though, and to change the oil, the drain, just to let you know, the drain plug's right there. So that's what I'm doing. So you guys don't have to do what, you know, but I'd advise doing it. But yeah, that's how you fucking do a big bore kit on this thing. And I'm gonna put on the plastics after I see what's going on with this thing. Do it. Like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment.